45192. Want to send a text. AlanCoxShow.com for the video portion. Again, thank you very much to Chis Scoffhauer for helping out today. A real person. Mm-hmm. A real, live, breathing person.
Hauser.
Also, the latest Poundcake podcast is up there. And the Poundcake Sports Break in about an hour. I didn't think about it, and I should have, and a couple of customers asked me if I was going to, but it slipped my mind that when we did our live show for NBA All-Star Weekend, I pushed the sports break to the live remote show, and I didn't do that this time.
Why not?
Because I forgot that we did it before. My mind was locked into Wednesday being the sports break. Had I thought about
material, I can do it.
Why
Friday.
can't we just skip it? Yeah.
Why don't you do two?
Oh.
Why don't you do one on Friday, today and Friday?
I can.
Bill, your thoughts? Double the sports break?
Yeah, double the pleasure.
Or do it on Friday. Just do one on Friday.
Let's see what. I mean, there's always things happening in the sports world. I feel like you can do one today and have plenty to talk about on Friday.
Okay, well then that's what we'll do. We'll do one today, and then we'll do the double whammy on Friday of the Poundcake Sports Break and the live Bill Squire Friday Get Down.
Oh my God, how could you miss this, guys?
With Mary Santora in attendance.
Cheering me on.
Cheering him on.
Yeah.
With all her positivity she says she has.
Yeah. Her endless, boundless optimism.
For all this positivity you have, I get nothing but negativity from you.
Well, that's because I don't like you.
She saves all her pessimism for you, Bill.
No, I told you, I've explained this before. When I tell you guys I hate you, it's because I love you. When I say, oh my God, I hate you so much. It's just a thing that I say.
Mm-hmm. See, when I love people, I want them to know that I love them. I tell them that.
Well, same thing to the listeners. When I tell the listeners that I hate all of them.
Yeah, and she does. Never forget, listener, Mary hates you.
It's because I love you so much. It's like when a husband murders his wife. I just have so much love built up that I have to hate.
I just had to punch my rage and love into her face.
I had to.
Mm-hmm. The Cavaliers lose last night. Brooklyn Nets get the win. And Goran Dragic gets a handful of Darius Garland's nuts.
Ooh, that was rough.
With about 10 minutes remaining in the game, he draws a big old foul because he punches DG. GDVDG punches him right in the cojones. Gets him right in the beans. How about that?
He got Frank and beans.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. So that's what happened last night. The Cavaliers will go on to play whoever wins the Hawks-Hornets game tonight. The Cavs will play on Friday. You will hear the Cavs game on WTAM 1100.
The big one.
The big one! Welcome back, Jimmy Malone.
I haven't heard it been called the big one in a minute.
Yeah, because they simulcast now. They're on AM and FM. Yeah. I don't know how many people pick it up on the FM, but the big one, you know. So you got you got Wills and Snyder in the morning. Geraldo tipped the F out the door.
Gone, yeah.
So Jimmy Malone now replace Geraldo. And then you got some other dudes. But the Cavs game is going to be on TAM Friday night. WMMS will be airing, of course, the Guardians home opener. First pitch is at 7:10 on Friday. We'll be doing the show live downtown starting at 2 from Pizza 216. Why is it called Pizza 216?
It's in Cleveland.
Oh, right.
And in Cleveland,
the area
code is 216. And then their main food dish is pizza.
Oh.
So
I'm excited. I've never had
Are
their
they
pizza
owned by the
before.
same people who own Lobster 440?
I don't know.
It might be worth looking into. I might actually, I might have a slice on Friday during the show.
I love pizza.
I do too, but I can't have it that often.
Why
What?
are you giggling?
I love pizza.
I'm looking at their menu right now, dude. Seriously,
Yes.
pizza's my favorite food. I know
Pizza's
that's
great.
a childish
Yeah. No, I love
answer.
pizza
There's nothing childish about it.
Pizza is my
pizza's
favorite
Except my
food.
daughter doesn't like pizza. So there's nothing childish about it, but I have yet to go and check out their Their menu.
Oh, they got
It
all
says
kinds of stuff.
voted best pizza in Northeast
I
Ohio.
saw that.
By whom?
Don't know.
The voters.
That's pretty good. You know, this show was also voted
Best pizza.
best pizza in Northeast Ohio by the voters.
This sounds like something you'd like. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know your pizza types. Go ahead.
Tavern Cut. That's how I grew up.
No.
But here's the thing. Here's how it's described, though. Pizza 216, it says specialty New York City style pies.
So they're the big slices.
I had some there on my bar crawl, and it wasn't like the big giant slices. It was just like a regular pizza. Like it was good.
Okay. Well, anyway, we're looking forward to being
But
there.
it's like that thinner crust.
This is my guess on what Alan's going to get. I don't know how you eat pizza. I can't tell if you're
With
like...
my mouth.
I can't tell if you're like a classic pepperoni guy or if you're... This seems like something you'd want. Olive oil,
Nope.
classic blend, ricotta, fresh mozzarella, and
Nope,
garlic.
don't
No?
like all that. My wife likes like artichoke and white cheese
Yeah.
and all
God.
that.
So you like a classic...
She likes a really like rich savory pizza. That is not for me. I'm a pepperoni, green peppers.
That's my favorite.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't F with too much.
They have a pierogi pie, which you're going to say is too much. Whipped mashed potatoes, ricotta cheese, cheddar, caramelized onions, green onions, and sour cream.
I'm definitely willing to try a couple of things here and
that
there.
sounds good.
But once they get to like, it's our cheeseburger chili pizza. I'm not saying they do that, but it's like I have no interest in places that are doing that. You've missed a lot of amazing basic ingredients when you're rolling out. For instance, if some place did some stupid like, I don't know, pizza tastes like a Big Mac, it would be ridiculous.
I'm sorry, that sounds like an award-winning pizza to me.
It was good.
I would even call it the Miss Mary Mac.
That was a
It was
tasty
a
pizza
good
too.
pizza.
I was proven
Who
wrong.
puts pickles on a pizza? Mayor!
I was proven
That was a
wrong.
good pizza. I like that.
Yep.
Yeah, they've got... I'm looking at their menu now. It looks really good. I'm excited.
We've got a pierogi pizza, spicy pie. I might order that just
I know
to say
her.
it. Yeah!
Ew.
She's a burlesque dancer.
You know what I do love? I love an antipasto salad. It's just meat and cheese with Italian dressing on it. But like, God, I love that. That is a big
It's like a charcuterie board with dressing on
Yeah,
it.
they
Yeah.
eat with a fork.
It's a bowl. It's a bowl of charcuterie.
Well, anyway, we'll be able to figure something out on Friday. And of course, the whole thing's powered by Budweiser, the major league beer. By Mary's own logic, shouldn't she say she hates pizza? See?
I don't...
That's why I don't
Oh,
believe
You
it.
hate
right.
us.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like it when you guys call me out.
Oh, the Timberwolves played last. Did you watch any of this?
I caught a little bit of it.
See the girl that glued her hand to the floor?
Yeah, what the hell was that about? I saw
So
that on
there's a-
Twitter.
It's in my sports break.
They think that the announcers think that a woman has fallen, but she hasn't. This is an animal rights activist who glues her hand to the floor at the Timberwolves Clippers game because I guess the guy who owns the Timberwolves owns a farm, and because of avian flu, they had to kill a bunch of chickens.
They were roasting them.
What's going on? It's worse than graffiti. I was just told by security that she apparently had glue and she glued herself to the floor. And she refused to lift her wrist up. And I don't mean to laugh, but this really happened. She glued her wrist to the floor and they were trying to pull her off and she was resisting, trying to keep her wrist glued down to the floor.
It was a protest of some sort, I'm assuming. Allie?
I think that's a fair assumption. I'll get some clarity
Yeah,
on the
okay.
purpose of it, or maybe we don't talk about it again,
Or maybe
depending
we just,
on what the
yes,
answer is.
I've never seen that before. in the game.
This is the first for
You and me
me,
both.
and I've been around the game close to 30 years.
Or maybe we don't talk about it again. That's a weird audible.
Yeah.
Direct Action Everywhere is the name of the organization, and they were tweeting about the mass killing of chickens.
How would they know that?
She was
though?
wearing a shirt that says Glenn Taylor roasts animals alive. That is the owner of the Minnesota Timberwolves,
Does it make them taste better?
Right.
Because if that's the case, I might be on.
and she was protesting their treatment of chickens. They had to kill over 5 million chickens because
That's a
of an
lot of
outbreak
chickens, yeah.
of bird flu.
Well, they can't serve them.
Yeah.
See, bird flu is going to be the next thing. I think back in the day, bird flu wasn't that big of a deal. This is going to be the next thing that humans are going to have to contend with, is a more zoonotic bird flu jumping over to us.
Yeah.
Because of all the chicken we eat and all the,
Yeah, what's he
It's
supposed
not
to do with them
birds.
then?
Bird flu. Birds aren't even real.
You
Come
mean
on.
drone flu is what I'm trying.
Flu,
Right.
Exactly.
They had to kill 5 million drones, deactivate over 5 million chickens in a response. By the way, I think 5 million's fine. I don't know why you'd say over. Over 5 million's already a lot.
5 million and one.
Yeah, killed over 5 million chickens. How far over? 3?
Here's the question I have. Did she buy a floor seat ticket?
No, she probably wandered down there.
Probably ran down.
But you can't wander down
came out
there.
of
You can't. Dad, I mean,
Came out of the tunnel?
my experience is going to games at Romo Fijo, and if you are headed down into that lower bowl,
They will cuss you out with quickness.
They will stop you and check you a bunch of times. So how she got down there means that she probably did have like a lower bowl ticket, which
Small price to pay
yeah, I guess.
to get direct action everywhere.
But then you don't even get to stay and watch the game, and they won.
Even in places where I'm supposed to be, I feel like I'm not supposed to be there. So I would never venture into a place where I'm
Go
not
with that feeling.
Oh, man. Drunk Mayor has stolen a lot of seats.
You want me to glue my hands to the floor?
I'm sorry.
I'll say what 5 million chickens are said.
Are you Elmer? You tell me who said it is a chicken. You're have a feather.
How many games have you been thrown out of?
Oh, actually, not that many.
You've been
One
thrown
Indians
out of games?
I've been thrown out of one Indians game.
How does this transpire?
I was hammered.
Because there are a
Let's
lot
start
of
there.
hammered people at
Let's
ball
start
games.
there.
You have to not only be hammered, you have to supersede every other drunk person at a baseball game.
Would you like to know the story of how I got thrown out of an Indians game?
I would love to know the story.
Wasted. We went to a bar right near the stadium that serves pitchers of shots. So I was pre-gaming with pitchers.
It's pronounced pictures of shots.
Pictures of
Yeah.
shots. I was very drunk before I even got there, and then I drank more beer and whatever they would serve me. And then we were playing the Detroit Tigers. I remember this. And there were Tigers fans sitting about 5 rows in front of us. And
Just before you go on.
Good.
When you were in that state, is there anything you wouldn't drink?
no.
So anything somebody...
As an alcoholic, whatever you handed me went into my body.
Whatever someone gave you,
Yes.
you would drink.
Immediately. It was
Gotcha.
free, I'm
That made
drinking
my
it.
head hurt just thinking about that.
Yeah, if it was free, I drank it. I don't care what you handed me. Tequila, I'm drinking what you're drinking. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
So there were. It wasn't a very well attended game. I remember that. It was. I think it was like an afternoon.
So like a regular Tigers game.
Yeah. So there was Tigers fans like 5 rows in front of us, and I felt that they needed to know that that they were a-holes for being Tigers fans. So instead of walking down and saying, hey, I disagree with you supporting this team, I climbed over 5 rows of seats and then tapped the guy
were
on the
you with?
shoulder. Just other drunk friends.
But no one stopped you.
These are friends from college. No. I actually don't talk to anybody in that group anymore.
I'm not surprised.
I after a large amount of time of heckling from my seat, I didn't feel that they were giving me the attention I deserved. And I climbed down to their seats and I tapped the guy on the shoulder and I was like, you don't know who's support about Tigers, it BS, and just profanity and screaming at this guy and yelling
There's
at
probably
him.
children around.
His children were with him. And so obviously the seat attendant people came over and it was actually the father of a guy I went to high school with. So I'm begging him. I'm like, Mr. Medallion, please don't throw me out. I don't mean it. I don't want to do it again. Don't throw me out of this game. And he's like, come on,
I hate you
dude."
means I love you.
Right. So now, to add to the embarrassment of getting tossed out, it's by someone that has known me for a very long time.
But they have to say, hey, you've got to go.
Yeah.
They don't have to bodily drag you out of the stadium.
well, I needed to be dragged because I was not going easily. I was begging and
So they
pleading
did
not
physically drag you out
not
of the...
dragged, but he, like I said, I knew this guy.
They gave you the bum's rush.
He gave me by the arm and he's like, come on, I don't want to do this anymore, but you made me do that. He was like a disappointed dad. Again, this is a friend of mine's dad who worked for the Indians. And he grabbed me, he's like, come on, we gotta go, it's time to go. And he walked me out, and I don't really remember what happened after that, but that'll get you thrown out of a game.
Wow. So it It doesn't sound too dramatic. It just sounds
I
inconvenient.
mean, verbally accosting other.
I thought this was America. What do
Right.
you mean? I can't get drunk in public?
Well, I can't just scream at people because they don't like the same team as me. What are you talking about?
No, but that's like part of people's relationship with sports.
It's not.
It's trash talking.
It is trash talking from your seat and playfully going
Yeah.
up, touching
I
them on the
see.
shoulder,
Physically accosting them in front of their children.
screaming at them
Right.
because they like the Tigers.
They've come from out of town.
Right.
Or they live here and they're from Detroit.
Right.
You think you're ballsy just because you wear another shirt in another stadium? You think you're cool?
Like, I don't mind getting a little banter going back and forth. Like, when I went to the Pittsburgh, it was Browns versus Steelers, so emotions are high. But, like, you know, we're talking smack to these Pittsburgh fans behind us. But then when the game's over, we lost. So then we go, whatever. And then, like, you chat them up a little bit. And, like, you don't make it personal.
Right.
None of us were on the field. We're sitting in the 500s. We're all losers.
Right.
This is why your wife left you. Like, I know.
Right. But there's been plenty of times where I've not verbally abused anybody and just snuck down to
That's so nice.
better seats. Nobody says anything.
Plenty of other times I did not verbally abuse
Have you done that
people.
at basketball games?
Yes, the one basketball game I've been to, and I've been to like 5 basketball games in my time. Double event day, went for my ex's birthday. We went to the Indians game during the day, got super drunk, and then went to the Cavs game at night. And we went down.
What era was this? Were they good?
No, this
And
was like
that's different,
2015.
So, yeah, like, I'm talking when teams are bad.
There was like 100 people.
Yeah.
Like they I don't think
Yeah,
they cared.
when a team's bad, they don't have. But this is like a playing game sold out. Security's a lot tighter in
Yeah.
those situations. Sneaking down when there's nobody there, they're not paying attention. They don't care.
You're making everybody look bad.
And I lost my phone that game. I had to go back and then I had to tell them. They're like, "What section were you in?" I was like, "I don't know. I wasn't supposed to be there." Yeah, I was supposed to be up in like Loudville, and then I was like, "We were close to the basket. I don't know where we were. Do you have your tickets?" Nope, threw them out.
We were close to the basket. My seat had a beam hitting me in the head. Is that high
I don't know
or...
what it is.
Wow. I don't think I've ever gotten thrown out of an event.
I've been thrown out of a lot of events. I've been thrown out of the Backstreet Boys concert. I got thrown out of a John Mayer concert. I got thrown out of an Indians game.
And these are places where you paid for a ticket.
Yes, I paid to go to these places.
Yeah.
And I ruined my own. I didn't ruin my day. I ruined other people's days, and they got tired of it. But
Well, the show was cut short for you.
I wouldn't know. I wasn't there.
Wow.
Yep. Not like that anymore, though.
Hey!
Hey, 3 years free of being ejected from an event.
Now you just leave early because you're tired.
Just a little sleepy now.
Yep.
I'd like to
3
go to
years
bed.
of seeing the entirety of all the shows for which I buy tickets.
The first concert that I saw sober, I cried because I was like, this is the first show I'm going to remember all of it.
What
and that's
concert?
crazy. It was actually a WGR Country Jam. Or it wasn't the Country Jam.
And
but
you
it was,
wanted to remember it.
Of course I did. It was Walker Hayes. It was Lee Bryce. It was Old Dominion.
those country jams get wild.
Oh, it was great.
Like, I used
Is
to
Walker Hayes the Applebee's guy?
Yes, this is before he was the Applebee's guy. This was in 2019.
when I worked promotions for
Here's Applebee's to go back then.
when I worked promotions for Country Jam, they opened those gates and it was literally like the running of the bulls.
Oh, it was great.
People came in with their toddlers in one arm and a wagon in the other, and they're like running. I'm like, this can't be real.
Why didn't they have the toddler in the wagon?
Because
The
they're
wagon's full of booze.
Wagons full of beer.
I see.
and they weren't being responsible.
I'm sure there are plenty of country jam fans who are responsible.
If you're there running because the gates open to get like, everyone's gonna get like a close enough seat.
So it's all GA?
Yeah,
Yeah,
most of the time.
it's
I thought-
grass.
There's like a VIP
There was like a
section
section that you could get closer.
that's like you're guaranteed first 20 or 30 rows or something like that, but then everything else is.
The fact that people could possibly get trampled is just not.
Get trampled.
Man, I just heard stampede.
Alan, did you see the video I posted on Instagram today?
I did
It's
not.
I know you like my drunk girl voice, and it's what my fridge sees when I come home drunk at 3 a.m. It's a fun one. I think you'll enjoy it.
Hey, Buddha.
Hey, Alan.
What's going on?
Let me take you off speakerphone.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
I got Mary was talking about getting kicked out of an Indians game. Mm-hmm. And randomly, it was the Detroit Lions. This was, 10 years ago. And I'm sitting in the stands, me and 3 buddies. We're all really drunk. There's Lions fans about 5 rows down. It's about a 50-year-old guy and his daughter. And everybody's, talking smack to him all game. They're throwing peanuts at him. They're yelling stuff. This guy's getting up. He's turning around. He's yelling back. So we're all having fun with it. And all of a sudden, I'm sitting there, and I feel I'm on the aisle, and I feel this presence right next to me. And I look, and I'm looking right into this dude's junk. This guy came all the way up to my row because he thinks I'm the one throwing, I don't know, popcorn or peanuts or whatever at him. And he's talking all crazy, and I get up, I'm like, dude, I wasn't throwing anything at you. He's like, yes, I did, I saw you. His eyes twitching, all this stuff. I'm like, look, I'm not going anywhere, blah, blah, blah. He leaves. Security comes. They escort me out. They take my ID. They tell me that he said that I was instigating this. I'm like, he came all the way up to me and, like, out of nowhere, just picked me out of this crowd of all these people, said I'm throwing stuff at him.
I thought you meant he showed you his junk.
I thought it
you
was
mean
out.
that he was like crotch level? Yeah.
I mean, like,
popcorn and
I just feel
penis.
his presence. I'm watching the game, and I look over, and he's just, like, he's so close to me. He's, like, rubbing against me with his thigh.
Wow. And
So
you
he's,
got
like,
thrown out.
cussing me out. He's screaming. He's cussing at me, and I'm not even doing any of that. Security says, oh, well, we have to kick you out of there, blah, blah, blah. So, but the cool part of it was I come back out to my car. I'm thinking, like, crap, I got to sit here for a whole half of this game out in the parking lot by myself. So I get out there, and this whole group of guys that was tailgating next to us before the game, there's like 30 of them, they had all gotten kicked out, every single one of them. So they just had this huge party in the middle of the Muni lot, and I got to join in on that.
Birds of a feather. Everyone was out there having a good time.
Yeah, yeah. And, I got pulled over 3 times on the way home.
Yeah. All right, good. Thank you, Buddha. Got to move on. If you want to shoot me a text, 35192 to do that. We'll be back, and you can listen wherever you are on the iHeartRadio app.
The Alan Cox Show. On one.